Hello, everybody. Hi. My name is Chrysta Higgenbotham, and welcome to Synchronysta here on the Akashic Academy. Thank you all for joining me today. Come on in, come on in. And I hope that you would share this out to your friends, to your peeps, to your homies, to your acquaintances, to those you know and love, or anybody that you think would like to have a little bit of encouragement today. So I'm new to doing this live thing, so forgive me if I look over and make sure everything is working correctly. Oh, hi, Cindy. Yay. Okay, so it looks like we've got people coming in. Hi, Teresa. Hi, my love. Mwah. Thank you so much for all the love you've been sending me today. I've been feeling it. So today on Synchronysta, we're going to talk about synchronicity. What perfect way to start this series of shows, but to talk about synchronicity together. It's something that we all often talk about, but let's talk about what synchronicity means to each of us. So what does synchronicity mean to you? I would love for you guys to drop me some comments and give me examples of synchronicity in your life, and what you think, what does synchronicity really mean? But first, before we dive into that, I have a special event today in honor of our dear hosts, Coach Nick and Emily Harrison. I created a puppet show. So for you today, I have puppetized our dear Emily Harrison, the founder and director of the Akashic Academy. Can y'all see her okay? So I'm going to do a similar segment to what they do, where we talk about the comments and what we appreciate about them. So one of my favorite comments that Emily makes all the time is, "This blew my circuits." So I love this comment because it always brings me back to the awareness that our bodies really are similar to a computer, in the sense that we can change the input and we can change the output, and we can manipulate our bodies in the same way that a computer can be manipulated, upgraded, and changed. And so I love it whenever Emily says that, and I've actually started using the phrase myself. It's a good way to be mindful, actually, of the power that we have over our life. So okay, and our second puppet, Coach Nick. Can you guys see him? All right, yeah, I think you can see him. So here's Coach Nick. And one of the favorite things that Coach Nick said, or one of my favorite things that Coach Nick says, is, "You could be watching anything, and I mean anything, but you chose to click on this, and thank you for being here today with me." And I think that is such an endearing and sweet way to greet your guests and to honor people for making that choice and for clicking and engaging, with the conversations and everything that we like to have together. So I hope you guys liked my drawings. I can show them to you one more time. I felt pretty artistic. Pretty artistic. So Nick and Emily, if you guys want, I can always mail these to you. You can put them on your fridge. I wouldn't be opposed to that. So anyway, let's dive in. Let's dive into synchronicity. Oh, it looks like we've got Kelly here. Hi, Kelly. Mwah, sending you love. Hi, Paula. Hi, Paula. That's my mom-in-law, you guys. She's been such an amazing support. Let's see. Hi, Jamie. Hi. Hi, Jen. Mwah. Hi, Hilda. I see Emily's here too. Hi, Em. I hope you like my picture. Hi, Kira. Thank you guys so much for coming. So let's talk about synchronicity. What does synchronicity mean to you? So it looks like Teresa actually gave us a comment. What synchronicity, let's see, I might have lost it, is when all blessings line up. That's beautiful. I love that. It's a beautiful way to put that. Oh, it digitized when I showed Nick. Oh, we all blew our circuits there. Well, that's okay. Okay, I'll bring it up again, you guys. Okay, so synchronicity to me is meaningful coincidences. So what is a coincidence? A coincidence is two seemingly unrelated things that coincide into our awareness and evoke a sense of meaning or a sense of correlation or connection. Usually when a synchronicity happens, it sparks an awareness that the two otherwise unrelated things are actually related at that time. So I love that because we have so many threads in our life that connect, and recognizing synchronicities really creates a mindfulness and awareness where we can be grateful. And so let's talk about examples of synchronicity. So an example of synchronicity, one example is deja vu. We've all had deja vu, right? That feeling of familiarity, that feeling of sense of being there before, or even almost like the feeling of having a premonition or going through the motions before. That's a synchronicity in our life. That's a coincidence that evokes a sense of meaning. So another example of synchronicity would be like if you're thinking about a friend and then they just call you as if they knew you were thinking about them. And I love this example because, you know, it's, again, something that happens to everybody, but we might not recognize it as a synchronicity. But if you really think about the odds of the millions of zillions of billions of thoughts that go through our brains, in and out of our, oops, hit my glasses, in and out of our brains every day, what are the odds that you two would be thinking of each other at the same time and wanting to make that connection? And it really, you know, it really reminds us that we all have this connectedness in this higher web of consciousness, right, that we're not always aware of. And we're even more so connected on, you know, a physical level because we have this electromagnetic field just pulsating through our bodies and into the earth and connecting to each other. So it seems unrelated and it would seem like a coincidence, but it's synchronous because there was meaning behind it. There's a reason why you guys were thinking about each other at the same time. So next time you have that happen to you, just be grateful, you know, for the ability to recognize that and to have that ability to attract what we desire and what we love and what brings us comfort. So, okay, another example of synchronicity is repeated occurrences. So this is something that we all, I think, have also noticed recently. So, you know, you open your door and every morning there's a feather on your doorstep. Or every time you turn on the radio, it's your favorite Tom Petty song. Or, you know, every time you look at the clock, it doesn't matter if the clock is right or not. It's 11:11, which, oh, speaking of 11:11, guys, if any of you have not heard, there is a secret Akashic Academy group for only $11.11 a month where you get more in-depth classes, intuitive development classes. We congregate together and we have releasing ceremonies. And what is that? 2 Starbucks a month? You can skip that, guys. Totally worth it. Much more value that you will get out of joining our secret group. So let's see. Synchronicities are my road, signs of life. That's beautiful, Kelly. I love that. I love that. Yes, everything is connected. Okay, so another example of synchronicity would be creative ideas. And I love this one because it's not something that, you know, we don't maybe recognize this every day. But let's say you wake up with like this massive light bulb moment where you have basically this creative flow going through your body where it's like reverberating through your body. And creativity is already such a high vibrational energy, right? So you're automatically in like manifestation zone. But let's say you have this amazing creative idea and you're like, maybe I should change my path and go this direction, or maybe I should think about doing that. Oh, my phone went off. Sorry, guys. And then after you have this amazing epiphany type moment, you start going about your normal business, and somebody comes up to you and approaches you and says, you know, hey, Chrysta, would you be interested in taking this class or joining this group with me? And it's exactly along the same lines of your creative idea and would actually further your development in that. So that's a beautiful synchronicity in our life where when we get into a space of creativity, the universe just gives us, you know, all the steps that we need to take and, you know, serves it to us kind of. And so I don't know, do you guys have any other ideas? I definitely think the creative idea one is one of the best ones because that's something that has happened in my life. You know, I've had so many creative ideas. I was like, oh, maybe I'll start a blog. And then just everything kind of fell in my lap after that point. And so now I'm here able to speak to you guys and, you know, be in a family where I have people that support me and love me. And we're all here to further each other's growth. We all want what's best for everybody else here. So, okay, I have one more example of synchronicity, and then I want to see if you guys had come up with any ideas or any examples that you wanted to share as well. And so this one's a little bit deeper. So sometimes synchronicities, they can appear in your life to show you a place within you of resistance. So meaning, you know, what we resist persists, right? So when you're in a state of resistance, you can actually draw some synchronicities to show you your higher self, your subconscious, some would even call it the Holy Spirit, trying to show you something that you need to release, that energetically should no longer be in your body. Most likely, you know, to do with some sort of forgiveness work, but one example would be resentment. So, and that's something that I had to deal with. And resentment, you can have resentment towards somebody. Maybe you live in a state of unforgiveness or anger, like I don't want to talk to that person anymore, and have resistance toward the relationship instead of showing love and creating distance. And when that happens, you could, you'd be walking down the street and maybe see that person, and think, oh no, I don't want to talk to them. And your body, your vibration of your body will actually change in that state, that state of resistance. But the reason that that's happening and that you're having that click, where you think you're seeing somebody that they might not be there, or your body has that type of reaction, is because there's still some energy, some residual resentment energy that needs to be cleared out of your body, and can only be done if you go into a state of self-reflection and ask, why is this synchronicity happening in my life? Why am I having things appear that I'm resistant to? Why would I be attracting things that I'm resistant to? And really go deep and think, especially in the case of relationships as well, there usually needs to be some inner work where you go back and you forgive that person so you don't have that resentment toward them. They say that anger and resentment is like holding a hot coal against your chest with the intention of throwing it at somebody else. You're causing more damage to yourself than you are to that other person, and your body is trying to tell you, and your higher consciousness is trying to tell you, and the universe is trying to tell you. And so you'll have these synchronous events that aren't always, a moment of joy or something like that. It can be something that evokes a sense of meaning that is deeper than, than what you would initially think. So let's all take a moment to think about synchronous events in our life, and where there are moments that we could be more mindful and recognize the meaning behind things that happen to us. And I think that, also what we can do in the same way that we subconsciously have these synchronicities appear in our life, we can consciously create them as well, similar to the creativity manifestation mode. So if you think or ponder about something that brings you joy or brings you comfort, often you can create that a synchronous event later again in your life. So I have one example, and it's kind of a silly example, but I swear, you guys, this is true stuff. Okay, my husband is obsessed with buffalo chicken wraps. I don't know if everybody knows what these are, but they're delicious. First of all, they put like hot wing sauce in there, and so it's a very specific flavor combination. And ever since he discovered that these existed or could exist or came into our awareness, it's like he felt, fell in love with them. He wanted to eat them all the time. He talked about them all the time. We bought all the ingredients all the time. But then it got to a point where every restaurant, you guys, every restaurant that we go to now serves buffalo chicken wraps. I mean, it doesn't matter where we go. We could be at Red Lobster, and the man's going to order a buffalo chicken wrap, okay? So this is a perfect example of the way that we can create synchronicity in our life consciously, on a conscious level, with our intention and with our brain energy. And if the more you focus on something, you can manifest it in your life. So we could do that all together. We could think of something together right now that maybe this week coming up we would like to see more of, whether it be buffalo chicken wraps, or whether it be seeing an eagle in the sky because it reminds you of your dad who's still watching over you, or whether it be seeing 3:33 every afternoon because that reminds you that your angels are always with you. But let's set the intention now. Let's just take a minute together and think about what would we like to see more of this week. What kind of synchronicities could we create? Could we co-create even by holding space for each other? And then when we come back next week, we can all tally our scores and see how many synchronicities we each created over the last week. So yeah, just what it can be something small, like I said, like a buffalo chicken wrap. No joke, something that just brings you genuine joy and can change your vibration in that moment. Just seeing it will change your vibration and bring you joy. So okay, I'm gonna check some of these comments, guys. Thanks for listening to my little rant. Follow your synchronicities. These are your guidance. That's from Christy Warnick, the lovely and talented Christy. Woohoo, Tom Petty. Yes, that's right, Teresa. My rock lover, my fellow rock lover. I was thinking about you the other day. There was a song that came on. I can't remember now, but synchronous, of course. Oh, how about seeing butterflies all the time, even when I was on vacation? Definitely, Hilda. Definitely. Seeing animals or birds is almost always a sign that what you're seeing is a synchronicity, because, like, even when you're not in the same location, they'll still appear to you because there's a vibrational attraction and magnetism to you for that. And butterflies usually, for me, mean that a passed away person is watching over, or that you have some kind of a spiritual entity that's watching over you. They have like very similar to dragonflies, where they have like this very ancient energy. Um, oh, doors seem to open in perfect timing. Kelly, amen to that. Yes, we're gonna affirm that. We can make that our synchronicity this week. See how many doors you run into that are just opening up right in front of you. That would be cool. Jamie Beatty, I love my aha moments. They always shift my perspective so deeply. Jamie, you and I have a lot of aha moments together, don't we? Jamie is one of my really good friends, and she and I have a lot of aha moments together. The radio is my biggest source. No matter the mood I am in or the thought I am having, it seems like the radio knows what I need, LOL, and gives me the music that raises my vibration. I completely agree. Teresa could attest to that as well. Music is massively impactful on our body. I mean, just sound in general is, I've got my little bowl here. Sound in general, it will change your vibration, and especially music that brings a sense of exuberance or joy or comfort or acceptance. And that's one thing that I love about music is there's so many different varieties of areas where you feel like accepted. Okay, hi Elizabeth. Let's see. Hi Bex. Thank you so much. Bex is a very talented woman as well, you guys. You got to get on her readings. Jen, I experienced synchronicity heavily when I discovered twin flames. Oh, yes, Jennifer. Yes. That's super intense. That's a whole nother level of information. Yeah, twin flames are, seeing your soul's reflection in another person. And that doesn't happen every lifetime. It definitely doesn't. And twin flames is a multi-life connection. And so that's something that, definitely be grateful to have that recognition, to know that's a part of your life and that part of your journey this time, and that you are with your soul's true recognition, and that you guys are really just going to build each other up. And I already see that in your relationship with our dear Dalton. He's an amazing guy. Okay, I've noticed that people come and go in my life as I grow. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, Jamie, that's perfect. Some people just fall away, and others jump in my close circle exactly at the moment that I need them or can grow with them. Yes, that is a beautiful example of synchronicity. Isn't that strange how you can be close to somebody for so long and then have like a complete just distancing, not because of something bad, or anything like that, but just your lives kind of go different directions, and then they'll come right back together, and it'll be like no time has passed even in those scenarios. And then I definitely feel like every relationship in our life has a meaning and a purpose and a lesson for us. And when you have relationships in your life that come full circle like that, that's definitely an example of somebody that's meant to be in your life. That you guys, chose to like have this adventure together and to learn together. When you have relationships where you can come full circle, where you come back around, and yeah, that's so beautiful. I love that. Okay, Bex said, my life is a stream of endless synchronicities. Yes, I could totally see that with you, Bex, because you're so intuitive and consciously aware of everything. I'm at a point where I just laughing at them all the time and saying, yeah, I get it. I love that. I know, isn't that fun? Be like, thank you. At least we know the feedback system continues to work, guys, okay? It's a good way for us to remember that the feedback system is working, which means that we can manifest whatever reality we want, and we are in communication constantly with our higher selves and with divine energy. And so these things that appear in our life are definitely, confirmation of all of those things. So butterflies, yes, Christy. We can manifest so easily, Kelly says, and without too much thinking. Some simple things like buffalo chicken wraps. Oh, my phone's going off again. Buffalo chicken wraps. If we could just harness the magic for big stuff, and we can, and we definitely can, and that's what I'm getting at, is, thank you, Kelly, you brought me full circle. We can do that. We can manifest big things. We can start small with buffalo chicken wraps. We can start small with being mindful of the things that we're seeing, and then we can build on that. And as we see the feedback system working and manifesting and attracting what we want in our life, we can grow that energy, and we can grow that intention, and we can grow that faith, because spirituality is like a muscle. It's its own entity in consciousness, and we have to exercise that muscle in order for it to grow and to get better. So yes, I love that, and we can. So this week, let's do that. Let's try to manifest something small, and then just see the power of that. You know what I mean? And again, if you start with something not too serious, it's an easier way for you to get that confirmation and that feedback system. So, dragonflies and butterflies. Yes, I know. Those are two of my favorites. And it was weird. I can't remember who, but there was a lady that I think that posted a picture of a dragonfly on the Akashic page, and it was called like a saddle side one. I saw one yesterday. I've never seen one before in my entire life. I've lived here my entire life, and I see dragonflies every day, and I've never seen that kind. And then yesterday one flew over my head. I was like, oh, my family. That's me feeling connected to my Akashic family, because we all are attracting this energy together. So, and then Jennifer says ravens. A totem. Ravens out of everywhere. Ravens are also considered a very, very ancient being. Very, very ancient, like Egyptian ancient. Like our DNA information might be stored in some raven energy, you guys. So, I mean, I also heard that ravens, if they had hands, they could they could work like humans. That's how smart their brains are. I don't remember where I heard that, but I like weird science stuff. So that makes them super intelligent and conscious. Definitely. Crows, tons of crows. Yeah. Birds. I love any kind of birds that appear, because they have such a freeing energy, and such an uplifting energy. Let's see. Dragons. Yeah. Christy, you're my dragon girl. You and Teresa. I love dragons too. My dad was obsessed with dragons, and I thought he was a super nerd until I started to appreciate them too. And now I am finding myself attracted to dragons. So that's pretty awesome. Synchronicity and triple numbers all the time. Deborah, yes, that's amazing. One thing that you can do, if you don't already know this, is you can go, I think it's called Joanne's Sacred Numbers. You can look that up, and it has all of the meanings behind the combination of numbers that you see, and broken out separately, and then it even has when you add them together to make a more simplified number, and all of those meanings. So that's a really awesome way to gain clarity and feel like you're actually being communicated to, because when you see the same thing and it relates to your life, you know that you're being told and being spoken to from your higher powers, that that they're here and they're guiding us. And we just got to recognize it and be mindful of it and how things manifest in this reality. So let's see. Time to manifest more. Thank you. Yes, Hilda. Exactly. Just saying that out loud, just speaking that, like our throat chakra has so much power. Just speaking that out loud will create time for more manifestation. So it's going to be a good week for all of us. I can't wait to hear what everybody comes up with. And you can, reach out to me directly. And let me know what comes up, guys. Anything is possible. Yes, Christy. Let's see. Dragonflies and a hawk. Oh, love that. When I was going through a stressful event, it was the coolest thing. Made you forget about the stress. That's so beautiful, Karen. I love that. When those type of things happen, I really like to write them down so that I don't forget. And then if I am having another stressful day, I'll go back and remember that moment as well. And that's another way to manifest, is writing stuff down. Because just the act of writing it down, it changes the type of energy that you're putting into it and the intention, and you can create more synchronicity that way. Ravens and wolves, they have symbolic relationship. That was my twin flame, not Dawn. Oh, not Dawn. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Jen. Oh, I love you, girl. I love you so much. Deborah, I have ravens that visit me every day. Yes, you guys. Yes. Look it up, look it up and see if you find something behind the meaning of those symbols that relates to you. And when you find that, it'll be even more of a beautiful experience and more of a mindful experience for us to create more joy in our life. And that's really what, what we need to think about as well, is we want to create more joy in our life instead of thinking about lack and what we don't have. We can create joy and we can bring these things into our life with our intention and our faith, and obviously with steps too. We have to take steps, but those steps will be guided and will be confirmed and validated as we notice these mindful moments of synchronicity that come up and everything like that. So thank you guys so much for coming here today with me. I had a really good time talking with you. I was really nervous, y'all. So I appreciate everybody coming out and sharing the love and sharing your examples of synchronicity. I think it's so cool that we have so many similar synchronicities as a group. I think that's really, really cool. That is another example of a synchronicity, that we have similar synchronicities, right? So we all are on that path of enlightenment and that path of awakening, where we can be more aware and be, live in a state of unconditional love with each other, and instead of a state of lack, which seems to be, the general consensus of society, right, is more and more and more. But when we recognize and are content with what we have, and are mindful and create that, we will be more abundant in that, and that abundance will start to flow. It'll start to flow. So yeah, first step, just start recognizing your synchronicities, and write them down, tell me about them. So just in case any of you missed the beginning, I'm Chrysta Higgenbotham, and I practice level 2 Reiki, and I also am a pain catalyst consultant. So I help people find the emotional source of their pain and free that energy from their body. I'm really passionate about that because it's something that I went through in my own life, and I was able to remove pain from my life as a result of a combination of things, holistic approach, and as well as energy healing and faith and intention. And then the third thing that I have to say is the most crucial is forgiveness. I think that forgiveness is such a freeing energy, and it creates, it will remove so much negativity from your heart, and it actually opens up a space for joy to come in when you go through that process of forgiveness. And that's not just forgiving other people, that's forgiving yourself too, because we, have a tendency to be hard on ourselves sometimes and expect too much of ourselves instead of living in a place of joy and abundance and being grateful. So I would love to hear from any of you if you're interested in any of my services. But until then, I will see you next week here on the Akashic Academy every Saturday at 11 a.m. Central, 12 Eastern, I think 9 Pacific time. And next week we will be talking about something else, but we'll still follow up on the synchronicity stuff, because I really want to hear what you guys have to say and how your week goes and everything. So be prepared to bring your homework next week, and I hope everybody has a beautiful and blessed day. And I thank you so much for your time, and I honor your time, and I hope that you guys were served by this, and that you recognize more synchronicities in your life today. Namaste, everybody. I love you all. Bye.